What's up guys, I'm Matt and this is MotoWorks. So, you had a bad day. Motorcycle fell down, you bumped into it, and ended up breaking off your turn signal. That sucks. The good news is, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can replace your turn signal. Today I'm working on this Kawasaki Ninja 250. And we're going to replace this turn signal. I'll go over some of the things special to this style turn signal. Maybe if you didn't break it to this extent, you probably didn't break it at all. And I'll show you some simple steps you could take to actually possibly fix it without spending any money at all. Let's get started. All right, so what we're going to need is the turn signal to replace it with, and for this bike in particular I went with the OEM style turn signal because it's only one turn signal that's broken. Didn't really feel the need to go and modify an aftermarket turn signal setup. The OEM works just fine. Alright, so first thing we want to do before we start a job such as this is we first want to verify that we got the correct side turn signal. Now, one way to check is when you look at this turn signal, because this turn signal will fit on this side, and it also, just from the looks of it, looks like it may also fit on this side. Now, what differentiates this side from this side is if we look right here on the turn signal itself. Number one, this ugly screw always faces down, so you don't see that. But if you look, this being the top side, notice how that's a nice tight seal there. This being the bottom side has a little drain hole for water. So when it rains and water gets inside this turn signal housing, it has a little relief that it can drain out of the bottom. So if you were to put this on this side of the bike, now you would have a little rain catcher. So that's what you look for when you're making sure you have the correct side turn signal. This one's correct for this bike. So let's go and look at the tools we're going to need to get this turn signal on. For this job, we're going to need a number 3 Phillips head, a number 2 Phillips head, and a 10mm wrench. Actually remove this bracket here. It's a very simple process. There's one bolt here, one bolt here. Then on the back side here, there's 2 10mm bolts or nuts. So we'll put our wrench on those, and then we'll unscrew the 2 screws, and then that whole bracket should come off. Before we started, these are the turn signal wires. We'll just pull those apart. That one there, that one there. Make sure you note the colors. Pretty simple reinstall. This is why I like going with OEM parts, because these colors will then match right up. It'll be a simple unplug and plug in. Okay, those actually went a lot easier than I thought. So we can reach around to the back side here, and I can unthread the nut on the back. Okay, the way these work is this bolt goes through here, and that goes through this. Then on the back side of that, for this side, it just goes to the wire holder. As you can see there, that's what holds the wire down. goes there, and then the nut goes onto that, and that holds everything nice and secure. And then on the other side, there, then it goes through there, then a washer, and then the nut on the back of that. Pretty simple. The cool thing about these bikes is Kawasaki kind of had a little bit of foresight into this motorcycle. You may come out to your bike and your turn signal's hanging just like this. Now you think, ah, crap, my turn signal's broken, now I gotta go buy another one. I just fixed it. But the good news is these are actually fixable. As long as it doesn't look like this, you can actually fix this, and I'll show you how. Like I said, this is fixable, and this is how. This little bracket here, what it does is it goes on this rubber portion here, and it clamps down on this rubber seal on the back side of this mount. And when you're in an accident or somebody bumps into this, this rubber lip actually pulls out of this part here, this bracket, and then all you have to do is just remove everything, unscrew this, reset everything back up, tighten this down, and you're good to go. I'll show you now. Okay, we'll take that out completely. Separate those parts there. Take our bracket here. Make sure we have it going the correct way. This is the correct way. This is the front. And this is the back. Facing out. Make sure the raised edge is facing out. And our turn signal is facing front. Put that in. Fish that wire through. Take that lip there. Tuck that in. It's in there all the way around there. Nice and tight. Then we'll take the inner metal piece here with the welded on nut there facing toward the inside. There. So this will sit just like that. Right in there, just like that. Got to fish the wire through. Place that down in there snugly. Make sure that's seated all the way down in. Alright, there's little rubber clips on there. I don't know if you can see them. They kind of hold those in place. There's a rubber clip I'm talking about right there. Once you have that seated down in the whole way, we'll grab this top bracket here. And if you see, one side has a pin that lines up, the other side does not. Okay, that pin lines up with that hole there. Then I got that. That lines up there. Make sure that seats down nice and tight. And we'll put the screw in. And then we'll just snug that up. That doesn't have to go super tight. It just has to be nice and snug. Keep it from going anywhere. And now that turn signal is nice and fixed. Again, sometimes all it takes is just removing this, undoing this bracket, reinstalling this turn signal, and then reassembling this bracket, and that turn signal is good as new again. Alrighty, turn signal is installed. It's nice and tight. It's not going anywhere. We snugged up the bolts by using our wrench on the back side here on the nut, and then tightening down the bolt with the screwdriver. Okay, before we finish this up, we want to make sure that we plug in and reattach our wires. This is why I like OEM style. Should just match the colors. Green to green, black to black. Well, black with a yellow tracer to black to a yellow tracer. Then we turn the key on. We hit the left signal and make sure that it works. Job well done. Alright guys, I'm Matt. This is MotoWorks. Again, job like this, relatively simple. Just take your time. Again, Kawasaki's awesome in that these are, you can pop these off and possibly pop them back on. So don't freak out if your turn signal's hanging in your parking lot. It might be a simple fix. Hey, don't forget, if you like this video, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and check our Facebook page for notice of when next videos are going to be uploaded. Again, I'm Matt with MotoWorks. We'll see you in the next video.